All the better for Emma and Rean to set sail. Oh, cat. Goodbye, Legram. Eustace has more money than all of them combined. Fair enough. It's just a matter of if he wants to use his dad's money. Oh, I could see the castle for a second there. Wait, it's gone again. Well, the forest is quite dense around here. Still, we saw a lot of weird things in that castle. It was one thing after another from the moment we walked through the door. What are you looking at me for? Never mind. That was pretty great. Do you have this much fun on all of your field studies? I just wish it was a little longer. Those 2 days went by so quickly. Well, the field study isn't over. We're on our way to our next location, so don't relax just yet. It looks like I must say farewell to Legram once again, for the time being. I wasn't expecting to, but I can't help but feel a little homesick already. I can understand why. It was a really welcoming place. I didn't ever get the sense that social classes were keeping people apart. True. It seems like a place that we nobles could learn much from. I'd definitely like to visit again in the future. It would be great to bring Fee and the others next time, too. You're all more than welcome in Legram anytime. I can only hope I'll continue to learn and grow between now and when I next return. Lara's fan club will love Fee. They would probably hire Fee to be Lara's bodyguard from men. After leaving Legram, we changed trains at Breahard Station and rode the Croydon main line north, heading toward Celtic. You like trains? I think I've only ever been on like an actual train once when I was like 6. All right, let's go over our schedule again. We're currently en route to Celtic, where we'll rendezvous with Group B. From there, we'll take the Transcontinental Railroad to Gorelia Fortress on the Empire's eastern border. Gorelia Fortress is one of the Imperial Army's largest strongholds. It's sometimes referred to as the wall that protects the nation from the threat of the Calvard Republic. I guess that's a nice way to put it. Have you considered that you're the threat? I've heard it's ludicrously gigantic, almost an icon of military excess. No almost about it. It is. It's 2 absolutely massive tanks strapped to a wall. It also houses the 2 railway guns and has a military exercise ground on the premises. Weren't those the weapons that Gwyn said he regretted constructing? Yep. There are these 2 massive orbital cannons pointed towards the east at Calvard. Yeah, at Calvard. Let's just ignore Crossbell. Or more specifically, they're aimed at the buffer zone between us and them, Crossbell State. Yeah. The innocent bystander. The air quotes innocent bystander. They are pretty crazy, yeah. It's like you're looking at a mountain of iron. I was pretty overwhelmed when I first saw them. Wait. You've actually seen the railway guns in person? Yep. Gramps took Claire Lecter and me to see them this one time. These are the mightiest weapons wrought by the hands of man since the Great Collapse. I want you to consider what it means that such weapons have been placed here. Well, something like that anyway. What it means is that your country is a bully. To consider what it means? Down with Arabonia, Viva la Revolution. Exactly. Every country we go to just needs to have a revolution. It's like that. He has a flair for the dramatic, I'll give him that. Come to think of it, today's the day, isn't it? The day that the Chancellor is scheduled to depart for Crossfell with Prince Olivert's? Guess the trade conference kind of snuck up on us, huh? I think that's where Lecter's going, too. I want to go to Crossfell. They're supposed to be this really famous theater group there, and they have a huge theme park, right? Michelin. That's what I've heard, though you probably know more about it than I do. Apparently President Toa is going as part of the entourage to further her studies. Really? She never fails to impress. I hear she's been getting job offers from a bunch of different companies ready to hire her right after graduation. Well, she does merit the high esteem people lavish on her. She's the pride of the Academy. You stand with Dieter? Interesting stance. All passengers disembarking here in Keldic, please exit the platform via the bridge. I repeat, do not approach the rope barriers on Platform 1. What do you mean you repeat? You didn't say that in the first place. There's nothing to repeat. Passengers wishing to travel on the Transcontinental Railroad, please wait on Platform 2. What's going on here? Who the heck knows? All the security feels kind of ominous. It seems the railway military police is guarding the opposite platform. Yeah, I wonder if...
Well, isn't this quite the coincidence?
We're voiced again?
Captain Claire!
It's Claire! Did you come to see me?
Just a coincidence, I'm afraid. Eisengraf will be passing through here soon, so this station's operating under heightened security.
I assume that's the fancy red train.
Oh, right!
Still, I'm happy to see you again. It's been, what, 2 months since I last saw you?
She really is attached to Captain Claire. Why aren't your lines voiced? Yeah, almost like sisters. Hard to believe both of them are Iron Bloods. Ugh. At any rate, good day, everyone. Let me thank you again for all your help during the recent crisis in Heimdall. Don't worry about it. We simply did our duty as citizens of the Empire. More importantly, what's the meaning of all this extra security? And what is the Eisengraf you mentioned? As in, iron counts, right? You'll see what I mean soon enough. A special express train will momentarily be passing by Platform 1. This train will be passing through at high speed, so travelers on the platform are advised to exercise caution. A special express train? It couldn't be. Right on time. There goes Tawa. there's Toa. And there's Prince Olivert. So we now know that Rean would definitely pass Siegfried's stupid train test. Right, his name was Siegfried, wasn't it? Oh, hi. You're a freak of nature. Don't look at me like that. Terrifying. So that was the Eisengraph. Come to think of it, I've heard rumors of a special crimson train. It's supposedly reserved for use by members of the Imperial government. Sigmund? Is it Sigmund? I knew it started with an S. I should have just called him Brandy's uncle. I've been on it before. It's really fast. It's pretty fancy inside, too. It is Sigmund? There you go. Whatever. I'll just call him Brandy's uncle, because there's no way I'm going to remember that. Was so titled in honor of Chancellor Osborne himself. Call him Mr. Orlando. I could do that, too. Well, I do hear him called the Blood and Iron Chancellor all the time. So I can't understand so I can understand the iron part. The blood part is because he is a vampire. Duh. But isn't the Chancellor a commoner by birth? I need a drink. Speaking is hard today. He is indeed. However, he was granted the title of Count by His Majesty when he was made Chancellor 11 years ago. Supposedly, that's what led to the train being given its name shortly thereafter. I see. I doubt he, of all people, sees any worth in titles or peerage. Rean? Yeah. Is something bothering you? Yeah, the Blood and Iron Chancellor peered into his very soul. Your mind seems elsewhere. Still feeling tired after yesterday? No, not really. I just happened to catch a glance of Toa and Prince Olivert on the train as it passed by. Wow, I'm surprised you could even make them out. You must have hawk's eyes to be able to see them when the Eisengraph whooshed by so quickly. Nah, it was probably just a coincidence. It's just a coincidence that you were able to ignore the concept of motion blur? Okay. It was more than just a glance, though. I could see them clearly. In detail. What was that just now? Huh? Well, as long as you're not feeling unwell. We would like to thank all passengers for their cooperation with today's security measures. Transcontinental Railway service bound for Crossbell State, now arriving on platform 2. Here it comes. Yep. Looks like we didn't have to wait long after all. Hopefully, these cutscenes do not take more than 30 minutes, because that would suck. Elisa, you're the only one who's not in uniform anymore. Where's Crow? What did you do with Crow? Hey, there they are. Rean, over here. Come on, we haven't got all day. We saved you some seats. Well, If you'll excuse us, Captain. See you later, Claire. Of course, have a safe trip, everyone. Oh good, he's not dead. Whoa! What's that classy looking... Who's that classy looking babe? Yeah, go say that to her face. Good luck. Ugh, I should have just stayed on the train. I feel like there are probably a lot of people that ship Claire and Sarah after their interactions. We received word from Squad 8. No unusual movements have been detected near the Twin Dragons Bridge. We've also received word from Squad 21. They report all high-speed armored cars are in position. Understood. Remain vigilant until the Eisengraph has finished passing through. Once it reaches Crossbell City, have all squads switch to Phase D. Yes, ma'am. Are you sure the Imperial Liberation Front will show themselves? They will. I'm certain of it. Poor Crossbell. I see. It sounds like Group A had quite an eventful couple of days, too. Yeah, though I find it kind of hard to believe you could have seen the ghost of Leanne Sandlot. That's ridiculous. Are you sure you weren't just hallucinating or something? Yeah, Machias, we all group hallucinated the same thing. Definitely. You can think whatever you like. We totally saw her, I swear. Well, ghost or not, there was definitely someone there besides us. Anyway, that's enough about ghosts and spirits for the time being. I'm more concerned about the affairs of the living, like where Toval and the Radiant Blade Master went. It sounds like Duke Cayenne is up to something too, and he's not someone we can afford to take lightly. We didn't run into anything like that in the Jirai Special Economic Zone. Though I guess that makes sense, seeing as it's under the direct control of the Imperial government and not a noble. I seem to recall that it was annexed 8 years ago. Is that right? Yep. The Empire stitched it on nice and neat without much opposition. Now it's prospering as a special economic zone on the coast. Seems like a pretty lively place. And the revenue generated from taxes there goes directly to the Imperial government's coffers. Instead of the pockets of the nobility, it's hardly a mystery why the reformists think so highly of it. Well, that aside, I'm a little concerned about the upcoming trade conference in Crossbell. You should be. Same goes for the Imperial Liberation Front. You should be. They've been awfully quiet since that show they put on last month. Now that you mention it, that does seem rather suspicious. Is that related somehow to why we're going to Garrelia Fortress? It's not the main reason, but it's not entirely unrelated. I'll let you look forward to finding out all about it when we get to the fortress itself. Anyway, how many of you have passed through Garrelia Fortress by train before? Just Milliam. Fee's face, though. Huh. I see. Just us, huh? I can't wait to see everyone's first reactions. Oh, and Crow. True. Why is that? Well, I've seen it in photographs at least. A camera can't really capture how ridiculous it is. Yep. It's supposed to be this macho gateway to the Empire, but it just seems like it's trying way too hard. I didn't think you would ever say that, Milliam. Dang, look at you go. What's that supposed to mean? I don't know, I think she described it pretty accurately, Machias. The gateway to the Empire and one of the largest military bases in the country. I look forward to the chance to see it in person then. You got yourself a hot milk with some honey? I was drinking coffee, but it's like separated now. It's not so good anymore. I should have finished it sooner. The train carrying Class 7 continued its ride on the Transcontinental Line, heading towards the east. They passed through the Twin Dragons Bridge, a Croydon Provincial Army base, and several stations later, it was finally time to pass through Gorelia Fortress, which loomed large on the border with Crossbell State. Gorelia Fortress intro sequence incoming? Yes, it is. The Ministry of Railways wishes to thank all passengers for their patronage. The next stop is Gorelia Fortress. Gorelia Fortress. This train will stop for 5 minutes. Please be aware that only authorized personnel may disembark at this station. Be advised that all orbital photography is strictly prohibited within the fortress and is punishable by imperial law. Any attempt at unauthorized recording may result in the confiscation of your equipment and detention by the authorities. Dang. Wow, that was kind of it sounded pretty severe for a train announcement. Well, we are passing through a military facility. I don't think they're being unreasonable. Well, then they shouldn't have put a public train line through the fortress. Do you really think that's the issue here? I'm not sure having that be one of the first things foreign visitors hear gives a very good impression of the country. Oh, we're finally here. What in Adios' name is that?